Here we're going to go through how to use the blog module. If this feature has been added to your website and configured for you, then this will be the next step in how to use it to actually add posts. There are a lot of settings and things that can be changed and edited. We're not going to get into that in this video. That's kind of something we can help you with, or you can poke around and make small adjustments, not a big deal. But to simply start adding posts, click Add Post. And even within here, there's a lot of features that you don't necessarily have to use, but they're there. So give your post a title. If you wanted to give the post a subtitle, you could do that. And then this here is the main body of your story. This is where all the copy would go. Next, it's going to give a URL, which is going to be based off of the title that you put in. You could change this if you wanted to add something underneath there. There's also an option for categories. Oops, I gotta add it first, so just making up stuff here. So now we've added a category. Let's add another one. We've added a few features. I'm going to have this story selected under these two. Include and feed. This is the RSS feed that may or may not be available on your blog. Search engine index, leave that. Include in Google Sitemap, published. Pretty much all this you can just leave. If you don't want the author name to appear, and that can be a global setting as well, which we can change, but you could override that so it doesn't show. The start date, you can future start this, so if you wanted it to appear next week or tomorrow or at a different time today, you can set it so it publishes at a certain time, which is nice. Same thing with an end date. If you want the post to expire after a certain period of time, feel free to add an end date. If you want comments, you can do comments here. There's also a global setting to not allow comments, which will override this. There's a featured post option there. Now in this particular setup, I have an excerpt option. This is what appears in the blog listing page, the first page that shows your title and some sort of a description. If you have this enabled, this requires a separate little description of what your post is about. Otherwise, it'll just simply grab the first 250 characters or whatever is chosen for that. Let's see, there's a featured image option. If you wanted an image with your post, we could add that. And then there's options. Do you want it to appear on in the list page or on the home page? So I'm going to turn that off. I just want it to appear on the main post list. Some stuff here, not that much to worry about. If you wanted a map included with your post, you can enter in an address, and there's some options here to select height and width and zoom and all that kind of stuff. Driving directions if you wanted. Attachments, you could attach a file to your blog post. But let's leave it as is here. We have a story, we have a title, some categories, and a photo and a map. And if we hide the edit links, you can see this is what our first blog post would look like. And when you click either on the read more story, up comes the post. You can see these are our categories we selected, and it's in the archive of February. There's options here as well to have a calendar, or to hide either of these two things, or not have any right nav at all. These are configurable things that you could have us set up for you. There's also an optional social media integration if you wanted your post to be liked. And there's our map. So let's add another post. So add post. Give this one a subtitle here, so you can see it. Add some more copy. It's going to go under specials. All this is good. I'm not going to do any map or attachments or images in this case. Hit save, and now here you can see the second post, which is at the top. And all these things are configurable if you want the date, time, categories to show up. And there you can see there's our second post. In this case we had comments enabled, so you could allow people to comment. Comments can be moderated as well through an optional setting. So it's a pretty full-featured blog. And it's pretty easy to use as far as adding posts. So that's that.